qualities do you need to be an effective campaigner? I'd like to suggest the following list for you to think about. I think passion is really important as a campaigner. Yes, we need to be professional and focused, but I do think that sense of passion in the change that we're promoting is so important. I spoke to a politician recently, and I remember asking him. I said, when someone lobbies you, campaigns towards you, what do you look for? And his answer, I thought, was just brilliant. He said, "I look for fire in people's eyes." I love that. So as campaigners, we should never lose that passion. I think an effective campaigner is also persistent, doesn't give up, tries new things, keeps trying. Again, so important. And if you remember my cookie story and the little girl and how persistent she was, I think an effective campaigner has a really clear vision of what the world looks like when you've achieved the change you are promoting, and able to articulate that, a real sense of how does the world look differently because of your campaign. Flexibility is really important. Yes, focus is important, and a sense of direction and strategy is hugely important. But that ability to respond to external events, to seek advantage, to really be flexible, I think is very important. A creative use of the campaigning tools, I think, is again vital. How you use research and evidence, how you use lobbying, allies, the media, and considering some degree of kind of public mobilization is important. And I also think campaigners need to have an instinctive curiosity about power and influence. As a campaigner, you can't live in a little bubble. You're in the real world. And as campaigners, we should be highly curious about, where is power in our society? And then, what's the influence on those people in power? But above all else, and you won't be surprised to hear me say this, I think a burning desire for change. You've really got, I think, to have that fire in your eyes, that real sense of this is important. This change needs to happen to tackle a particular problem. But finally, and I also think this is important, a sense of enjoyment, a certain joie de vivre. I meet some campaigners who are just so miserable. Their issue is just so bleak. No. Yes, it may be a really challenging issue, but enjoy what you do. And if you're going to mobilize and motivate people, that sense of enjoyment in the change that you're promoting, I think, is really, really important. Okay, so we're going to begin to wrap things up now on this short course and look at some possible next steps.